Hello and welcome to the British Academy of Floral Art. I'm Karen Taylor and I'm here with you today just to recap and give you maybe a little bit of inspiration on how to create a corsage. Our wedding course, which is coming up very shortly, has a wealth of wiring techniques to enable you to create the most beautiful designs, from headdresses to bouquets, to buttonholes, and to corsages. And I thought, because we were coming up to Christmas, and I think those of you that know me know how much I love foliage, that I would show you how to make a foliage corsage. Now, I'm not actually going to put the whole thing together, but I'm just going to give you hopefully some ideas and materials that you can use, and just sort of talk through some of the wiring techniques that we would use to create the corsage. So this is the festive foliage corsage that I created after doing a bit of foraging yesterday in the garden out in the pouring rain. And I just want to share some wiring and taping techniques with you to enable you to create your own design. So the reason why we wire is to give us flexibility and enable us to manipulate the materials, and it also takes away, heavy stems if somebody's wearing something, so it reduces the weight and the bulk. So the first thing is to really make sure that everything that you use has been well conditioned. So even if you forage it, you might need to wash the leaves, recut the stems and pop it into some water overnight. And then the other thing with wiring is just thinking about the types of wires that you need to relate to the type of material that you're using. So to help you, really, if you just think about the leaves, the lighter the material, the finer the wires are that you would need to use. So for these ivy leaves and some of the berries and bits and pieces I've wired, I've used a 0.32mm silver wire, and the 0.32 is just the gauge bit across the top to let you know the weight. And then the other wire I've used is a 0.46, and that's a green wire, slightly heavier but still got a fine feel. And then I like to use Parafilm tape. This is a plastic tape, but it does need to be warm, so I have had it sort of scrunched up in my pocket to hopefully enable me to stretch it, and that's why you see people sort of tucking it in their pockets and that. The other type is this Stemtex, which is a lot stickier, but does give quite a natural feel. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how to wire the ivy leaf. So I'm taking a silver stub wire, and what you want to do is to go from the base of the leaf here. You want to go 2/3 of the way up the main vein and do a little stitch and pull across very gently. So you can see I was holding it between my finger and my thumb. So if I pop that up, hopefully you can see that. And then I like to turn the leaf on the side and then just gently fold the wires in to the base of the leaf where the stem starts. And then all you need to do is wrap around a couple of times to catch that wire in and around the stem. So technique 2 is rolling and cupping an ivy leaf. So we're just going to turn this corner in towards the centre and gently roll right the way across. And once you've got to the other side and you've got that nice cup shape there, you just want to catch that in with your silver wire. So we're pushing that right the way through the leaf, like so, and then folding down to the base and catching round this stem and the other wire a couple of times, and then just trimming away that main stem to about 1/2 inch, so we've reduced that weight there. So that's cupping. Technique 3 is I've taken one of the rose hips off this little cluster here, and because they're so small and they're actually quite hard, all I'm going to do is angle into the base of the rose hip just like that, and then just gently fold down. So I'm not actually going to wrap round because I'll catch that in with my tape. And then this is like a double leg mount wire technique. So I've got these beautiful steely colour viburnum berries even, and I'm just going to take a silver wire and you place it through the centre and fold over like so, and then again just turn it on its side around a couple of times and straighten the stem like so. And we would do exactly the same for the little sprigs of greenery here, so the little lightweight spruce. Again, just take a wire, fold it round the base. Now this is a green wire that I'm using, a 46. This is a little bit heavier, and I've just folded it round there, and I'm going to take that again, just catch it round the base there. And that's like a double leg mount. You can see the two legs coming down there, and that holds that really well. And then the final thing that I did was I found myself a little twig, and I placed this gold star on there. So it was a bead, and therefore it can be threaded. So I've just put some glue and tucked that on there. And this also is going to have a double leg mount put on it. So again, just placing the wire across the base there, folding it in half like so, and then catching it around one of the other wires and the stem, and in place like that. And finally today we're going to finish off and show you some taping techniques. So the parafilm has been warming, and I like to pull a bit off the end just so that it's a bit thinner and it curls. And if you haven't taped before, then it's quite a good idea to get a stub wire and practice on this, because it's a bit thicker and easier to hold. So just curl your tape around the top like so, so it's adhered to each other. And then hold on to it and stretch your parafilm at a diagonal as close to your wire as you can, and then just twist the wire and move your hand down, stretch the tape, twist the wire, stretch, and then you can just pull it off at the end, it snaps off. Now if you want to keep practicing that, you can go over the wire again, stretch, turn, and stretch, turn. Okay. So just to show you one of the items that are wired earlier, so we will start taping from the neck of the leaf and just curl that round on itself, and then just take the tape down the stem and snap off when we finished with it. Okay, now I thought I would show you a branching unit. So the 3 ivy leaves that I wired individually, I've attached onto a taped green 46 wire, so that it just gives you a really nice starting point for the corsage. You can see it's got that triangular outline, and it helps support the material that you put on it as well. So for instance, if I get the little twiggy star and I lie that up next to that, you can see that it's sort of a starting point to start to add your materials in. And all your stems should come down straight and not cross over. And what you want to do is you want to build your design up so that it gets that nice raised profile and has a flat back, so like this one here, so that it sits nicely if you're going to wear it. Or with corsages, you can use them to decorate your Christmas table. They could go on your crackers, they could go on napkins. And this will actually last a good week or so. Things will just probably start drying naturally, and yeah, go on. So suggestion of materials: have a look around in your garden. Herbs are lovely. We've got rosemary here. I had some heather as well in the garden. That's really pretty. That would look lovely. So just have a play and see what you can come up with. We'd love to see your pieces, so please send them in to us. And in the next couple of weeks, you'll be lucky enough to see Patricia, Catherine and Amanda making some items for you as well. So thank you for watching, and look after yourselves, and see you soon. Bye bye.